What's up, fellow fan divas? It's your girl Jen. I'm here solo again this week, mainly because it's kind of a gross weekend here in the DC area, so everybody's feeling really lazy. TBH, like, I'm not even gonna bullshit you on that. We were too tired. All this rain and we have flash flood watches. It's rough. Anyway, so what I wanted to come and talk to you about is my personal top five K-dramas so far. So the first one, number one, Boys Over Flowers. The reason I tell you Boys Over Flowers, production quality, probably a 6 out of 10. Early days of HD, the cameras didn't quite match. Anyway, so check out Boys Over Flowers. I call Boys Over Flowers the gateway drug into K-drama. And the reason I say this is because it literally has every single thing that you're going to want to watch out for in any other K-drama that you're going to watch. The other reason you need to watch it is because you need to look out for future stars. Like Lee Min-ho, who, if you've been paying attention to our Instagram, just got out of his military service and is a massive star in Korea. He is worth, I shit you not, he is worth over $60 million now. So I'm only like 5 months down the rabbit hole, and I didn't realize just how popular this dude was. Like, he is massive. Okay, so his acting ability is amazing. It's like he was just born with this ability. Let's see. You also need to watch it because the plot is actually like, it's good. It's a school drama. So let me give you a little background. Poor girl gets scholarship, goes to rich kid school, a private rich kid elite school. And then her and lead number one, because there's always two lead male characters. Her and lead number one duke it out over the course of 20-some episodes. This is one of the longer dramas you're going to watch because most of them stop around episode 16. Like the final episode is always number 16 because it's not like here in America where we have 22 episodes. It takes a break for the summer and then comes back. No, these are literally like just long ass movies. So, feel free. That, like I said, that's going to be your gateway drug. All right. Show number 2, Secret Garden. Why? Because it was an instant classic. All right? We all, in the U.S., we have instant classics here too. One of ours, you know, we know an instant classic when we see it, right? Whether it's a movie or a TV show, we know it's going to be a classic show or movie. Secret Garden was an instant classic in Korea. It's been parodied several times, including by the members of Big Bang back when it first came out. So if you want to go on YouTube and like Google Big Bang parody Secret Garden, I promise you, you're not missing out on anything. It's hilarious, okay? But you're not going to get the joke unless you go back and actually watch Secret Garden. There have now been several times where I have sat back during this show because I'm on episode 16. I'm almost finished with it. I wanted to watch the parodies, but I couldn't until I had watched the original. So now, after having watched like one of the parody videos or half of the parody video, I am literally dying. And in my head, I am seeing G-Dragon dressed as a woman and Daesung dressed as a woman. And it's priceless. And all I can say is smell. Okay? So, watch Secret Garden. Again, quality, early HD. So sometimes like the camera kind of makes it look cheesy, like I hate to use this word, but kind of like a porn setup. Like you can tell that they're either in a set. Like when they're outside, it looks good, but when they're inside, it's totally a set. And you can tell like it's just porn quality. But again, the newer shows are in much better quality. Much better quality. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving watching a young Hyun Bin. I have not watched Memories of the Alhambra yet, but from what I understand, it's going to be amazing. So that hasn't hit my top 5 yet. But again, my top 5 could change in any given week. All right, so let's go on to number 3. Number 3, must watch, Oh My Venus. Why? Because number 1, Soji sub. I don't think I need to say more than just Soji sub. If you don't know who Soji sub is, grows my balls. All right, just Google it. I'm going to put a picture here. Soji sub. Oh My Venus, much more modern. It was just made in 2017, so it's not that old. It's phenomenal. It's got a great cast. It's got Sung Hoon. It's got Henry Lau, who actually is like a Korean American, but he's so cute. You're gonna fall in love with him. So she's a fit girl who basically wants to lose weight because she wants to go on a show, and it's fun. It's a fun little ride. The chemistry between the two leads is awesome. Quality, the production quality on it is definitely more up there. Like I would say it's a solid 9.5 out of 10. So it's filmed fully in HD, ready for your TVs, your new TVs. It's filmed in real places. Like it's not sets. They're real like apartments and real outdoor scenes, and it's not tacky. The only thing that I saw that you could tell was a set was like the airplane, but that's a given. And even the hospital. It is what it is. But the storyline is adorable. The two leads really play well off of each other, and then seeing the group, like the group of friends that they become, is even better. And as far as I'm concerned, if you want something that goes very against the establishment, as far as K-dramas, check out Oh My Venus. That's the first one I noticed that it didn't follow a magic formula. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't overly melodramatic. It wasn't like mean guy meets nice girl, because they were both equally asshole-ish to each other, which was cool to see. Also, I like that our female character, she wasn't looking for her white knight. She just wasn't. She didn't care. Like it was a very natural connection that came from that script. So those writers, they were on point. I think they hit like most, if you're a Westerner, it hits you right in the feels. It definitely goes more towards Hallmark and Lifetime quality movies, but with better acting. And I'm just going to put this out there. The acting in K-dramas is like so much better than even half of what comes out of Hollywood these days, or even the smaller studios. Like, some of those are absolute trash and, need to go back to the Netflix basement where they belong. Okay, number 4, we're getting up to the top of the list. My number 4 drama that you need to watch is Hwarang. And why do I say Hwarang? Because, first and foremost, Park Seo-joon. Okay? The boy is amazing. I say boy, but he's like a grown-ass man now. But, okay, first off, the cast is great. Yes, it's a period piece. And I don't mean like when you're on yours. I mean it takes place like in the past. It's a period show, but it's hilarious. It's got comedy. It's got romance. It's got court intrigue. So if you like Game of Thrones, or you like any of the like Tudor stuff, yes, this has got everything you want. I loved it. I liked the ensemble cast. It was great. Like, you see these guys that come together from very different classes. There's like an underlying mystery and all this. It's really good. You'll enjoy it. And bonus, you're going to get to enjoy V from BTS, as I nicknamed him while watching it, Perky McNugget, because at one point he just pops right over to Park Seo-joon's character and he's like, "Are you my friend? Can we be friends?" And I'm just like, we can be friends, buddy. All right. So that's number 4 on my list, and that's like at the top. Number 5, the topmost that I have watched thus far. The best one. And I'm saying this from the perspective of a person who has studied like literature and pop culture her entire life. When I say watch the show W. W has Lee Jung-suk, who sadly just joined the military last month. So he will not be on our radar for at least 2 years. He'll be missed. But he's got plenty of stuff out there to watch. Don't worry. But it's so good. So wonderful concept. Okay. It literally flies in the face of every K-drama convention I have seen thus far. And I am now about 20 shows in, maybe a little more. I'll watch 3 at once. So W is at the top and stays there for now because it does not follow your conventional Korean drama. It's amazing. It mixes sci-fi, fantasy, in romance, comedy, and everything that the dork side of me wants is in this freaking show. The premise is this chick, her father is the writer of what they call a webtoon. It's like a online manga, but it's also published in book form, in manga form. So I was like, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So he's been writing this comic for years, for I think it's like 10 years. And the premise is that at some point, the daughter gets sucked into the world of the comic, and then eventually the comic dude comes out into her world. I'm not going to tell you any more than this, other than there is so much that was so unique about this. The writing was amazing, like amazing, and how they started closing up the loops and stuff was like remember when Lost first started and everybody was like hopping on that bandwagon, and then it kind of dragged on for like 10 million seasons and people stopped watching. But at least W is only 1 season and it's got like, I think 17 or 18 episodes, but they're closed up nicely. All the holes, all the questions are answered. There's true crime in it. There's crime in it. There's love. There's fighting between the leads, of course. There's all kinds of shit. And just the fact that it was like a sci-fi fantasy is like really where, like, I think that's where it drugged me in. So that's my top 5 for now. That could always change based on my mood. But those are the ones that you guys need to be on the lookout for. But if you're interested in watching W and you can't get to it quite yet, the writers of W, as fascinating as they made W, they have a new show that is available on Netflix, and that's called Memories of the Alhambra. My husband and I are about to start that show, and it looks, again, sci-fi fantasy. It looks like this overlapping thing, and I love the direction that these writers go in. This is not, so the top 5 is not my complete list, but it is a good starting point, a good jumping off point for if you want to see more traditional melodrama versus newer, more different stuff. I will definitely come back and give you some more suggestions. I know Nicole is definitely going to give her 2 cents on her top 5 eventually. I'm going to make her do it next weekend. Ha ha ha. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We're on everything, anywhere that you can search for a podcast. We're there. So go check out the Original Fan Divas podcast. Find us on Instagram at Original Fan Divas, on Twitter at Divas Original. I will see you guys around the interwebs. If you are going to see BTS on May 18th and you want to check out your favorite fan divas live and in person, you can find us there. We are going to be popping up 95, getting our hotel room, and then heading right to the stadium for tailgating. We'll be on IG Live and possibly even YouTube Live. I haven't decided which one we're going to do yet, but we're going to do that It's going to be really fun. It'll probably be Instagram Live because I think that's just easier for everybody. So keep an eye out for the Diva Mobile when you're heading up there, and we will see you very soon. Oh, and next week we will be producing our 5th podcast as well as our next YouTube video. I think it'll be our 3rd YouTube video. We're going to be catching up on Game of Thrones and just kind of reviewing. So if you don't want spoilers, next week might not be the day for you. But I'm hoping that by next week, everybody has at least caught up to the Battle of Winterfell and tonight, May 5th's episode. So catch up, and we will see you next week on the original Fan Diva.